this is going to be so much fun. Today we're testing out my armor build for my Samus cosplay that I'm having built, the Vera suit. It's going to be fantastic. Here is the blaster. Check out that. What? Extremely customized. Fred did such a great job. And then we have the helmet, which will soon be painted. He added in some connector pieces and put some lights and some other stuff in here to make it look really cool. And as you can see, we have blaster pack, booster pack.
Do you drink coffee?
Sometimes.
Do you want one?
Sure. And this is our jetpack. Look at how cool it looks. Here we have the shoulder pads. Look at how big these things are going to be. These are the hip joints. Right here where my thighs are going to be. Look at how neat that is. Look at the detail. Alright, so I'm going to put this on. Oh, it's fully cinched up too.
That's right. Well, I talked to the seamstress, who's generally not very seamstressy at the moment. And the general plan is once we know that you can get that on and off, to make your own life a little bit easier, we'll actually create two panels, one at the front, one at the back.
One at the back.
So you'll be able to actually.
I'm not gonna be able to get it on today.
No.
You might have to uncinch me. So you're gonna have basically a panel that can open or close on either side.
Yes, so you'll be able to sort of like clip it together, get it to tighten up, and then apply the panels on front and the back, and it will cover the clips and the lacing.
God dang it! It's not going on.
You can't stay in here, Pebbles.
She thinks she can. This is normally way easier than this. Don't understand the issue. It's because it's these fucking clips. I can't see over my own boobs! I guess there are worse problems to have in life. Okay.
Yeah, if you can't see your own crotch over your own gut, I would say it would be
That's
worse.
way
than that.
worse, yeah. God dang it. I don't like these pins. Whenever I ordered this, I should have looked and seen.
Right.
There we go. I got that one. Got that one. Got that one. And I got that one. Okay.
All right.
Jesus. Wait. Let me put it down. Loosen it back up. Caught me off guard. I need to actually. Needs to be on my hips.
Wiggle it down a bit.
Yeah. Stupid shirt. Alright, that should be better, I guess. It's still a little high, I feel like. I feel like it's supposed to be lower down on my hips than this.
Not for what we want.
Okay.
Not really. I mean, how does it feel on?
It feels good. I guess you can tighten it.
What about actually poking into your bust?
No, it's not. It's
Okay.
comfortable.
Then it's exactly what it's supposed to be, as far
cool.
as we're concerned.
I think I'm just used to wearing ones that come down.
You mean
Yeah.
the full sweetheart ones?
Not completely, but closer to that.
God, put enough people into these goddamn things.
Just don't do it too tight.
No, I won't. But I just want to get. I mean, so is that the tightness that you consider yourself to be having, generally speaking, if you were wearing it for any extended period of time?
It would be a little too tight for me for an extended period of
Okay,
time.
well let's move it
Yeah.
to what it is. Is it tight here or here?
In the bottom.
Okay, so loosen it at the bottom.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you have two different ties going on?
Yep.
Perfect. That's better.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah, it's more. It was just so tight I couldn't move.
Okay.
Corsets are a tricky game.
Of course, it's the 4 boots. That's the first rule you learn.
Boots before corsets. Yeah, put that shit on before you gotta tie yourself in, because then you can't bend over to touch your own feet.
That's right, it's the other way around. And what I also want to do is I want to watch how much this flexes as it goes over. If it's moving too much, I may have to separate it and put in a pair of clips.
Yeah.
Because the only problem with Epsilon is you
It'll break.
lose a lot of flex. Now I got Pro rather than the old one, which has a bit more flex in it. Not a lot. So just put your arms down and just stay still.
Put your arms down, stay still.
There. Alright, so. Oh, not much actually. Oh, we could be alright. Okay, spin.
Yeah, it popped off on the other side.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem.
Did you cut it too short?
No, it's just it's exactly where it's supposed to be, because it needs to come up a little bit. See, like that. But the pressure of holding itself in place is just a little bit too much for the magnets to cope with.
They're not strong enough.
No, they're not. But it will help locate it properly with the clips.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, we're going to resort to the old favourite.
Duct tape. Duct tape.
Right, so that is exactly where it needs to be. Because it actually has to come up quite high. What I'm going to do is, now we've got this on, and I'm going to put the thingy on, and then I'll get some tailor's chalk, and I can draw around it, and it will show me exactly how much space I have to work with to put the other stuff on.
That makes sense.
But that's sitting exactly where I want it to. It's not pulling too much, and it will also allow me to see how much space I have here to create a mount for the
shoulder
80s
piece.
shoulder pads.
Ginormous shoulder pads.
I'm gonna look at this. So. Remember, there will be a piece of elastic with a bit of Velcro between these two pieces to pull it in tight, but it means that you'll also be able to get this off fairly easy for those lovely trips to the restroom.
Makes it a lot easier. Is that the front? She just wants to be a part of things.
That's the front, that's the back. Okay.
Front butt.
Back butt. So, Pebbles, move. Because we measured and cut this on you when we did it. So I actually used the same piece from the jump build. But then if you look down, I don't know if you can see it, I actually added these pieces here.
Okay.
So to make it a little, you can see it's hollow on the inside if you feel it.
Okay, it gives it a little bit more raised.
A bit more
look.
bulk, because I wanted it to be more raised than the waist sections. I wanted those to look like they were separate or thinner.
Give it a little bit more of an angle.
Alright, so that fits. I'm just going to need to...
And this just gets basically pull. Oh, okay, just pull through.
Yeah, there'll be a piece that goes through underneath that will actually put it together. Do me a favour, put your hands on that, like that. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to need to shape that. Okay. Loosen off just a little bit so I can just tug this down a bit. There we go. Alright. Okay, where did I put that chalk? There it is.
corset anyways.
Yes, but it would be rude not to ask. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. That fits. Just needs a little bit of shaping, which is nice. I'm always very happy about that.
Heck yeah, I have to do that shit again.
And I'm sure it'll smell lovely.
Oh yeah, it smells like a fart.
You don't need to clean that
I
together.
don't know why.
Does that feel comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Yeah, so they need to go like that. Alright, so if I mount those there, just break.
Do you need me to hold it up for you or anything?
No, I'm fine. I just need to make sure that it's vertical. It is, so that's there. So it needs to go there. Okay, and those bits need to be on the vertical. Okay. So, okay. Probably bring them up a little higher actually. Okay, so this is where it starts to get weird. Now, on the original design, it just came down like that, and there was nothing here. I thought it was flat and boring because I'm like that. So I cut a piece out and I put this circle in. Remember that logo I showed you, like the ninja star?
I'll put it right
You'll
there.
have that on each shoulder pad as well as the different one to go on the cat. All right.
Okay, cool.
So these things are a frigging nightmare. So they need to sit about, let go, about there. Alright, and this is where it gets entertaining.
You want me to put the helmet on? So you can see where they're gonna sit?
Well, don't expect to look over your shoulders. That's
No,
all
I
I'm
wasn't
saying.
planning on it. But just so that you can make sure that it's not.
I just want to make sure that you aren't going to get. It's a little tacky, but I don't think it's going to stick to your hair.
You glued it in?
Yeah.
It's okay.
2
Don't bother
inches.
me.
2 inches. Great. And what I'll do is.
Said no one ever. Sorry.
Once it's on, I'll also put a piece of plascard underneath it, so it's not just foam. It'll have a piece of thin plastic underneath it, which will make
So
it
it
up.
won't rub the stuff, it'll stay there. Yeah.
And it also won't, because that will, so I'll be attaching a foam there, but the plastic will run all the way underneath to here. So it actually turns it into one single thing. And then when I put the spikes through it, there'll probably be pieces of PVC pipe, but I'll cut the foam away and actually put them all the way through to the plastic so that it creates as strong a bond as I possibly can to actually allow them to sit on there. And then once we've got it situated right, there's going to be a strap that will come through underneath here just to hold it. And there'll be a little bit of play in it just so that they move a little bit when you're moving,
not a whole bunch
but
of
not a
times.
whole bunch a lot, which otherwise would be a pain in the ass. Okay, arm Mark II. Is this left arm or right arm? Left arm. Stinks, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that'll go away. So.
That fits nice.
That's better, isn't it? Yes.
Sorry, I think it's turned. I was like, I think you're in the wrong spot
it's
here.
supposed to be
There we go.
So you can actually get there. You can actually bend your arm. That becomes basically the back armor. I think what I might do though. Just straighten your arm for me. That's sitting exactly. Let's come down a little bit there, and then because you'll be able to when you because it will be effectively floating. When you do it up, it'll do that.
It'll move.
It will lift a little bit away on the spike.
That's good.
I mean, it'll probably involve some sort of like jiggery pokery to get it to work properly, but that's the right size. Does that feel like it's pinching at all? Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is this piece here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to attach it to the arm. I'm actually going to attach it to the shoulder pad.
Oh, okay, so that it goes on.
So it goes on all the way through, and it will actually be draped like so you'll have like shoulder pad,
So I don't have to worry about it falling
mixing
down.
armor, that sort of thing, and the whole thing will follow all the way through.
Yeah, because if you have like a piece that hangs off of here that keeps it upwards, it'll keep it from falling off my bicep too, and it'll just stay there the whole day.
Yep. Oh, I love it when that goes together. So that just needs to be formed a little bit better. I'll wrangle that off, but that's
There it is, yeah,
that's a reasonable fit. How easy was it for you to get your hand out? Pull your hand out again. Okay, what I'm probably
Luckily I have tiny hands.
well, what I'm probably going to do is I'll put a magnetic strip in it, like I did with the other one, so your arm goes in and out
It
easier.
just clamps in.
And then I can just, once I've gotten this to the shape that I want, I'll put a small piece of like solid foam and like round it all off, just so that it makes it helps it hold its shape. But I now know that this is the size that I want for you. Yay! Go Armorsmith. All right. Okay. What am I gonna do? Oh, there where you can see the difference between the two. This is why most people look at jump builds and they're like, "Oh my god, it's terrible," and I'm like, "Don't do that. That's not what it's for."
Yep.
Because there's the two.
Those are the leggies. Look at them.
See the difference between the two?
Yeah. Was that the original, like the jump build?
Yeah, this is the jump build and this is the nice one. But it's subtle differences as well. Like if you look at the construction on this one, it's just 6mm. This one is actually a combination of 4, 6, and 10.
Different areas.
So
to
you've
create
got
definition and nice.
That this way, that also makes it the.
And you're gonna put LEDs through here and through here, right? Or are you just putting
That-
like the green
that'll
stuff?
be-
You're
that'll
putting
be-
that paint, aren't you?
I'm painting in those, yes. Because mounting LEDs into
it's a
thigh
pain in the
armor
butt,
is a
yeah.
pain in the ass, and half the time it doesn't fit.
Yeah, makes sense.
Nice joints, but if you look at the terrible,
Yeah, that was just a flat piece.
it's just junk. Also, because these tend to get, I mean, if you look even here, it's already starting to go. I have some very thin, 2-inch wide nylon webbing. I will use contact cement and I will put a piece all the way around the bottom
Keep them from separating.
and across here to actually just reinforce it, to hold it all together, because this bit here will take a lot of strain, particularly when you start flexing the thigh muscles and all the other bits and pieces. So
that's definitely this.
oh, that is. That's in fact that one, yeah. Alright, you put it up to where you think it fits.
I mean, that feels, it's tight around my.
Which is where it should be.
Yeah.
Now if you look at that, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
See
it's
the
just
line?
barely.
See the line here? That's where your groin armor slides across. So you'll
So
have
it
a
fits
slight
just
gap.
about right.
So it's exactly where it should be, which is nice.
And you won't really notice it with a black suit underneath.
Correct.
Yeah.
Alright.
Did you talk to your wifey about making one of those?
The suit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were considering how to try to do it best, because I wanted to include faux compression joints at the knees and the elbows. So rather than just being a plain black suit, that there's something a little
It
bit
looks like
more,
it's a part of it.
yeah, like that. And most people would create them and then stitch them over the top of the suit. We think we're actually going to be better off taking the suit, slicing it off, stitching in the area, and then extending the suit around it, because you want the rest of the undersuit to be as light and as thin and as breathable as possible.
So you're not hot as balls.
Because can you imagine wearing a pleather jumpsuit underneath EVA foam armor? I don't need to imagine. I do it all the time. It's awful.
Horrible. Yeah.
Elle calls it making crotch biscuits.
Oh my god.
Which is gross.
Oh my god. But it's true.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. Was this right, left, or? Yeah, it was left arm, right leg.
I lost
right.
my thigh.
Okay. So that sits. Put his leg down.
I know my jeans rolled up.
That's fine. I'm just looking at the right. Yeah, 'cause that's where we decided it was going to go before.
Right underneath the knee.
Yeah, literally right underneath the knee, which is cool. So there, and you said that those boots. Oh, that'll be perfect, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not intrusive on the sides. They come up in the.
I noticed there's a two splits.
Mm-hmm.
What the Samus's boots? They've got this weird bit right over the instep that projects about 4 inches up. I don't know why. But I'll be attaching in that front piece where it splits here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll attach it to that and actually bring it forward,
Mm-hmm.
which so it won't. The boot's not going to interfere with the armor at all.
Perfect.
So you chose wisely.
But I thought it looked like it would work pretty well. Let me.
That's fine.
Does it just magnetize closed, or are you trying to?
No. That's well. I know it will close. What I'm feeling. All right. Okay. I need to pull this off a second because I'm now about to do something that's probably going to horrify you.
Are you gonna destroy it?
Yeah. Because what I want to see is how much space there is for your foot as it goes through.
Yeah.
And I can't do that if that's attached.
That makes sense.
But that's why they're called jump builds.
So you can destroy them.
Okay. So let's hold that now. Whoa, stop.
I was like, boop. I think it's
That
backwards.
was my fault.
Because the flap was on that side. That's where I'm at right now. Is that your jump build?
What?
The one that you just cut?
Oh yeah. I haven't built a bottom
I didn't
half
think
yet.
so, yeah.
No. I mean, I didn't.
It
build
definitely
that.
fits the leg well.
I mean, I didn't want to build these until I'd done this.
Yeah.
Because this dictates the thickness of foam that I'm going to use to
Yeah.
actually create it. Because if I use 2 minutes, 10 millimeters, this is a mixture of 6. I think I'm going to be able to get away with 10. And 10 will make, because it won't increase the exterior size.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make it a little
Fill
bit
the space.
thicker and a little bit more durable. And even if it means that rather than this bit being jointed, I bring it up a little
Mm-hmm.
bit to give you a little bit more space to get your foot through, I won't cut it until I've built it.
Yeah.
So I know exactly how much I need to take out, because I'll be able to watch you put your foot in it, and you'll be able to tell me where it's catching, and I'll be able to see, okay, so it's that far in.
That makes sense.
Well, damn, that was easy. How was that feeling?
I was comfortable.
Yeah?
Yeah. When I wear the arm piece, it definitely rubs a lot in the back here. But that's gonna happen because the pieces are just gonna do that to each other.
Yeah, I mean, I always say to people when I'm making armor, you're a real person wearing a real suit of armor, and you don't clip.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that?
Yep.
Yeah. Your armor does not disappear as you rub through yourself.
Yeah.
So that worked. That was nice. There's enough space in there. Those work. Those work. Well, when you put it on, it's going to be obvious that it's not that one, because you'll have the handle in there, but then I will block off this end. It will be
So
solid.
people won't see my hand through it.
Pew pew pew.
I like pew pew pew, but I also like chow chow. Depends on what you're listening to.
The last thing that I'll actually be doing, excuse me a second. Okay, cool. Is those will actually be brought in a little bit.
So they're not poking out so much?
Yeah, and then this bit here will be filled with plastizote, which is the special foam for diffusing lights, because these bits will have lights in it. You will in fact have glowing green boobs.
Fantastic.
And that's what plastizote will also be in there as well. That's what, it's a weird shape at the moment.
To cover up all the little spaces and holes and stuff.
Okay, well, I'm thrilled. That's actually working really nicely.
Everything seems to be coming out good.
Yeah, and with the thighs, I've got I mean, in the center you can see this black stuff. These are all filled with foam clay to fill in the gaps, but it's also going to get 3 coats of Epsilon on it, which is what gives me that really nice, super smooth surface, which allows you to have really nice metallics.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
trying to take someone backwards out of a
Yeah.
when they get their ears stuck.
Yeah, because if you look, there's was it 6 magnets each side?
Yeah.
They're good for locating, but you're always fighting a battle between enough that they will hold together, but not so much that the magnets rip themselves out of the foam as soon as you.
Yep. As soon as you go to actually really use them.
So these bits will be gold. These bits will be just basic metallic, and it's this bit that will have the torched effect.
Oh, cool! That's gonna light up.
Yeah.
It'll have, well, you'll have the paint and stuff affected, is what you're talking about. Yeah. It's gonna make it.
Well, if I've got
burnt
it,
up and stuff.
because I have these things and they're quite long, if I can, I will thread the lights down in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I kept it open.
Yeah, it'd be cool if the red lights could also, because I know you're putting reds in the front, aren't you?
Yes. Well, they're multicolored. You could set them whatever color you want, and you can
that's
put them on a pattern. You can have them just solid, flashing.